girl can cook. She got the recipe. She got what you need. That girl can cook. That black girl magic. I gotta have it.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a creamy white chicken lasagna. Okay, so delicious, non-traditional, super easy, but y'all, I'm telling you, it's busting. Okay, so let's get started. Alright y'all, so the first thing we're going to do is start off by boiling our lasagna noodles. And I'm showing you this part because I don't want you to be confused later. Y'all, make sure you get you some water. Add about 4 to 6 quarts of water to a heavy bottom pot, along with some salt and a little bit of olive oil so our noodles don't stick. But listen, honey, you want to boil about 9 to 12 lasagna sheets. I do 9 because I want 3 layers, and I add a few more just in case one of those noodles mess up. And you want to boil them for about 8 minutes uncovered. But listen, these are not oven ready noodles, and I do not recommend oven ready noodles, okay? Please get the traditional ones that you just boil, all right? And once you boil them, lay them out flat, okay, with a little bit of cooking spray so they don't stick. And make sure they're flat or they're not going to work out, all right? So look, let's start on our seasoning for our chicken. I'm going to add in 1.5 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning. Somebody asked me in the comments, does my Cajun seasoning have salt in it? Yes, it does, so I don't add salt to it, okay? You're also going to go in with a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme. The thyme is optional, and you want to give that a quick mix and set it aside, all right? So now we can season our chicken. I'm using 2 to 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Now let me say this, 3 is almost too many, okay? I had a little extra left over. I'm being real with y'all. You might only need about 2, especially if they're this large, all right? And if they are this large, you definitely want to cut them up or they're not going to cook all the way through, okay? So look, we're going to take our chicken. We added a little bit of olive oil to it. I'm also adding in some Cajun seasoning, which is our seasoning blend, and you want to add just enough to cover the front and the back, all right? And we're going to reserve the rest because it's going to go in our sauce, honey, okay? So look, y'all already know, make sure you season both sides. Do not come up in here talking about you just seasoning one side. We're not doing that today, all right? We season both sides every day, all right? So once you get both sides seasoned, you know, get up, look, soak it all up, honey. Get all that seasoning. Don't leave it on the mat. We want the flavor on the chicken, not the mat. We need the mat. Okay, so look, season your chicken up real good. Set that aside. Like I said, if you need to cut that chicken, please cut it. I had some really large pieces, and I wanted to make sure they cooked all the way through. I kind of burned it a little bit just to make it cook through. I don't want y'all to do that, all right? So we're going to add in a tablespoon of olive oil to a skillet. It's over medium heat. We don't want to cook it too high. Like I said, you might want to cut these bad boys if they're big, but you want to sear them for about 8 to 10 minutes, flipping them occasionally. And if you don't want to go through this step, honey, you can skip this by cooking these in the air fryer, or you can also skip this by using rotisserie chicken, okay? It won't have the Cajun seasoning, but it will still be good chicken, and that's all right? So set these aside, and now it's time to move on to our sauce. So if you take a look at the pan, I did kind of rinse it out a little bit to get some of those bits out. They had burned a little, honey. We don't want burnt flavor sauce, okay? So I did rinse it out, all right? But I left a little bit in there. And we're going to go ahead and add our butter to our skillet along with our peppers and our onions. I'm using 1 small onion chopped in half. It's been diced. And I'm also using 1/4 of a red bell pepper and 1/4 of a green bell pepper, which makes up a 1/2 bell pepper, okay? You don't have to use green and red. That's up to you, though. I'm also going to add in 1 pint of heavy whipping cream, and you want to reduce your heat. You guys, you cannot boil this sauce. If you boil it, it will separate. It will not turn out creamy and delicious, okay? But once you get your cream in, add in about a 1/2 cup to a cup of cheese, and you want to whisk that very gently. Make sure you incorporate everything. Your sauce should not be stringy. It shouldn't be grainy. It should be nice and creamy. And now we're going to add in the remaining seasoning that we made from earlier, y'all, along with a pinch of salt, okay? So look, if the pinch ain't enough, honey, add you a little bit more, or add less if you can't have the sauce, okay? I mean salt, my bad. All right, turn the heat off to prevent this from burning. You also don't want to thicken it too much, but if it does get a little bit too thick for your liking, you can add a little bit more cream or a little bit of milk, okay? But look, y'all, it's time to layer this up. And I'm using about 11 by 8 lasagna pan. It's a small lasagna dish. okay? And you want to make sure you add a little bit of sauce down in the bottom. And then once you get that in, add your lasagna noodles. It's okay if they overlap, honey. Ain't nobody gonna be mad about it, okay? And for the second layer, you want to add in more sauce. Okay, now we want this to be creamy. You don't want no dry lasagna. Don't be coming around here to my I gave you dry lasagna. No, ma'am. Okay, next you want to add in your spinach. Spinach is optional. I thought it would be a nice touch, so I'm adding that in. I'm also adding in my chicken. As you can see, I took my chicken and I chopped it up. That's what you want to do too. Make sure you chop it up into nice pieces. I added a little bit more sauce, and then I added some mozzarella cheese for that good stringy pool, honey. And now all you have to do is repeat. You want to repeat that one more time, and then when you get to that last level, honey, that's where the game changer is, okay? Now you really could layer this however you want to, but at the last layer, I added that last layer of noodles, okay? We're on the third one, and then I added the remainder of my sauce, okay? Because I want this to be juicy, not dry, okay? Once you get your sauce on, if you want to add more chicken on top, if you want to add more spinach on top, you can. I chose not to because I wanted a nice cheesy top layer. So I just added the sauce, and I'm adding in the shredded mozzarella cheese. You can add any type of cheese that you prefer, but that mozzarella, y'all know it's going to give that pull, honey. Y'all know it's going to give that creaminess. So that's what we're going to do, okay? I'm also adding on a little bit of dried parsley. And now we're gonna bake this at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until it's nice and cheesy and bubbly, or nice and crispy. It depends on how you like it, okay? And look at that, honey, y'all, look at that. After about 20 minutes, honey, you are ready to eat, okay? So let's go ahead and plate this up. And there you have it, guys, our delicious creamy chicken lasagna. Honey, y'all, listen, stop playing. Y'all, it was one of the best lasagnas I have ever made. Super simple, super delicious. If you want to give red meat, you know, a little quick throwaway, you know, you want to try some chicken out, honey, I'm telling you, this is the recipe for you and your family, okay? So look, I want to thank y'all for watching. As always, thank you for supporting my channel. And if you try this recipe out, let me know down in the comment section, and I'll see y'all next time in the next video. Bye.